Hey everyone, my name's Austin, and we're back with another Clash Royale video. And this video pretty much is like tips on how to get to Legendary League and pretty much how to use my deck. Because this is the deck I got to it. I'm actually at my personal high right now at 3,095. So to start off, obviously not everybody has the Princess, not everybody has Ice Wizard. So if we want to exclude those cards, I guess a good replacement would be probably I guess the archers maybe, or the bomber, or even the free spell. Even though it did get a nerf, it's still pretty it lasts pretty decent, especially at level 3, almost 5 seconds like before. But so there's not really a good like equal replacement for the Princess, and especially since it's a legendary, it's like nothing really could replace it. The Inferno Towers are for big troops, especially like Royal Giant, P.E.K.K.A, Golem. Don't really see Golem too often, but it's really good against it when I do see it. P.E.K.K.A just ultimately destroys. Like P.E.K.K.A's not that good, in my opinion. Royal Giant is pretty popular still. Even though it got a nerf, it's still pretty popular. That's how I use it. Fireball is for barbarians and then just minion hordes. And I don't really like Fireball in the Princess unless I could get at least a tower because it's not a good elixir trade. However, is like your main thing, your attacking power. This is like what you cycle through your deck just to get to this card to do damage. This is going to be your main card to do damage. Minions, I like to play some against like P.E.K.K.As and Golems to help take them out. They're good against princesses, just like they're just really good in general. Goblins, oh, I could upgrade them. I think I might upgrade the minions first before I upgrade goblins. I don't know, because the minions can't die from one hit from the zap. But even if I upgrade the goblins to level 9, they'll still get one shot by level 9 zap. Spearlings, goblins, they just help distract other troops and help push with the hog. Zap is like a poor man's freeze, but it helps just stop the towers and troops to let the hog rider get a few hits on the tower. So the very first tip I could tell you guys is don't play when you guys are angry. Because if you guys lose a game and you guys start getting angry and start thinking about like what you guys could have done different, you'll be focused on that game. And if you queue up for another game, you'll be too focused on the game that you just lost instead of focusing on the game that you could potentially win. So I recommend don't play when you're angry. It's just not gonna work out, honestly. Another thing is you need to face the facts that you're gonna face higher people. Honestly, if I could show you guys, look at my battle log. Level 9. Level 9. Let's see. This guy was a level 8. Level 9. This guy was a draw. He was a level 9. Defeat by a level, I think he was a 10. 9. He was a level 10. Level 10. See what I mean? You're gonna be facing higher levels, and you just gotta get used to that. There's no end if but or anything. Level 8, I see him a little bit more, and it's not as bad like when I was level 7 in Royal Arena. I never seen level 7s at all. Barely. And as a level 8, I hardly face levels. I lied. I haven't faced one level 7 since I've been a level 8. Not once. I face level 8, but I mostly face level 9s and level 10s. So you're going to push this high in trophies. And especially being a low level like I am, you got to realize you're going to be facing higher people all the time. It's just, you can't get mad about it. You just got to get over it and keep playing the game. That's the thing. Also, this deck is like really aggressive, so this kind of like this deck is meant to like keep everybody or keep the enemy on their toes. So you just keep like kind of like cycling to that Hog Rider and keep attacking. And then this deck is also like a counter deck. Like let's say they do a push and they do I guess barbarians, and a minion horde just by themselves could take out like most of the barbarians without them getting too many hits on your towers. Or even if you could put like goblins or spear goblins in the middle and have the minions above them, the barbarians won't touch your tower at all. And then you could place the Hog Rider with those troops, and you'll stop their push, and you'll have your own push. So you kind of have to like make smart elixir trades and use that use good counters to cards to be able to do a counter attack, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I hope that makes sense. Anyways, let's get into a replay against the double Prince P.E.K.K.A deck, which I think it's too easy to counter. I faced this deck so many times. It's easy in my opinion. I don't think it's really that good of a deck. So he starts off with the P.E.K.K.A, and I start off with the Princess. I always like to start off the Princess if I have it. And at this point, I didn't know he was double Prince P.E.K.K.A, but I know that a P.E.K.K.A is expensive. It's 7 elixir. So I was hoping he didn't have a lot of troops to defend, so I pushed with that Hog Rider and that Goblin. And I didn't expect the Wizard, and that kind of messed me up. And I knew the Prince wouldn't do too much damage, so I let it get hit by let it hit the tower. And then I fireball the Princess and Wizard just to take it out. And I kind of knew I was going to lose my tower. I at least have it really, really low. And then the P.E.K.K.A took it. And at this point, I'm not really worried because by the few cards he's played, I know it's Prince P.E.K.K.A. So, and I know it's pretty easy to counter, so I knew I could do it. In overtime, my deck is like a cycle deck. It's so cheap. I knew I would win in overgame. So, but I needed him not to pump up. I couldn't let him have the pumps. So that's why I played the... And I know he probably spent a lot of elixir, so I was hoping he wouldn't have anything to stop that Princess and let it take a few hits on the elixir. So I let the Dark Prince hit my tower. It's not going to do a lot of damage. And I take it out with the minion horde. And just regular minions. And the tower on the top left is 33. So I could either fireball it or zap it. It really doesn't matter. So I don't worry about it. I go for the other tower. So he placed the P.E.K.K.A. I do the same thing. I go for hog push. And I take him down to about 1300. Place Inferno for the P.E.K.K.A. And this kind of sucks. He froze it, which I should not put it so close, but he did. But I was able to take out everything just in time, where it didn't do too much damage. So this is kind of something he messed up on. He left this Princess for so long and let the Princess get the tower down to 15. And now, right now, even though my crown is really low, it is I'm winning right now. And this was like one of the worst plays. He puts a P.E.K.K.A. And it was a smart idea to do the free spell to stop it. But since my Hog Rider was a level 6 or anything else, any other level low, I would have lost that Hog Rider, and I don't know if I would have won. But it was able to barely survive and able to take out the tower. And that. So, if anything you get from this video, you just need to know when to make smart moves. You need to learn what counters what. you need to, if you're going to be using this deck, you just need to know what cards are good against this deck and what cards are bad against this deck. Since this deck is so cheap, Prince P.E.K.K.A. is not a really good deck to go against this. Horde decks are pretty good against this. If they can hoard up, this deck has a little, they have all the huts down. But you just gotta know what counters what does, you need to know every card's counter pretty much. Hog Rider is like Cannon and Inferno Tower. Let's say, I don't know, Royal Giant is also Inferno Tower. Valk is Minions. Flying Troops. Let me see, Sparky is like small troops like or skeletons. You need to know every single card. I know that sucks, but if you're gonna be good, you need to know. Prince, a good counter is the Tombstone, or the Barbarians, or even Minion. I think I don't know, but you just need to know. Like I said, over and over, know every single counter to every single card, and that makes a lot. But once you do figure that out, you'll be kind of, I won't say unstoppable, but you'll be a really good Clash Royale player. Anyways, I hope that you guys enjoyed. Laters, bye.